Hey guys, I just wanted to talk to you today about some basic highlighting and contouring techniques. Highlighting and contouring is used to change the shape of your face with the use of lighter and darker colors. If you have like a larger nose, you can contour your nose. If you have a big chin, you can contour your chin. It's all about creating a oval face shape. That's considered the ideal face shape. And so you can use the highlighting and contouring to either correct some small imperfections that you don't care about your face, or you can completely change the entire look of it depending on how much highlighting and contouring you do. So let's get started. For me, my temples go in a little bit right here, and I really like for my whole eye area to pop. So what I do is I take a little bit of a BB cream, or BB cream from Younique, and I place that right under my eyes and I pull it all the way up to my temple area. Now if you have a wide face, you're going to want to actually contour that area, but for me, I actually like to make that area pop out a little bit because it does go in on its own. If you are not sure whether or not to contour or highlight that area, just skip it for now and just do like I'm doing and just get it right underneath your eyes. And then use your middle finger or your ring finger to blend, because it is a slightly more delicate area and you don't want to be pulling at that skin too much. And you're just going to blend, blend, blend until it's all blended in. So you can see I've got my lighter color on here, and I'm just going to make sure that it's blended in. And of course this is a little easier if you don't have on eye makeup, but I wanted to do my eyes first because otherwise I have no eyes because I have blonde eyelashes. Okay, so now I've got my lighter color on there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a color foundation powder that actually matches my skin tone, and I'm going to start buffing out the rest of my skin. You can also use your favorite liquid foundation for this, but you just want to get that color on there that is your natural skin color. Don't mind my makeup faces. You know you do it too. Okay, and then with what's left on my brush, after I buff all that in, what's left on my brush, I'm going to put it over that highlighting just to set it a little bit, because we don't want to cover the highlighting, but we do want to set it. So I'm not going to get a fresh bunch of powder foundation. So you can see it's starting to just blend in, and we're getting that eye-opening brightness under here. It's minimizing, you know, any bags that you might have under there. And it just, look, it's just a pop of color right there. Just a pop, and it really makes your eyes pop out. So after you get all of your powder or foundation blended in, if you use a liquid foundation, you want to set it with your powder at this point. After you get that all taken care of, I'm going to show you a couple other things real quick. One of them is contouring your cheeks. Now this is, excuse me while I fuss with my makeup down here. This is where I think a lot of people get really confused, because it's kind of like you're just drawing lines on your face and you're like, well, where do I draw them? How do I draw them? What color do I use? So let me clear a little bit of that up for you. First of all, you want to choose a color that's 2 to 3 shades darker than your natural skin color, and it needs to be very warm. Not super warm, you don't want it orangey, but it definitely needs to be on the warm spectrum. If you pick a color that is too taupe, with grayer undertones or a pinkish undertone, it is going to look like dirt on your face, and we don't want that. So definitely pick something that's warmer. Go a couple shades darker than your skin tone. What I use is our mineral pigment called Beautiful. Let me show that to you. That's what that looks like. So you can see it's just, well, you know, a couple shades darker than my skin tone. And how you're going to contour your cheeks. And you can, if you just want to do like I don't like to do a lot of contouring because my face is already very narrow, so I don't really want to make it look more narrow, but I would like to enhance and make, you know, make it look like my cheekbones are a little bit more enhanced. So that's what I do. So I just do a little tiny bit, and I recommend for your first time that we're just going to do just a little tiny bit, and then if you want to contour your cheeks even more and slenderize them even more, you can kind of play around with that line. So how we find out where to put the contouring is we are going to start right here from the middle of our ear, and then when you make this face, see that right there? That is your point of reference of your line that is now going to go from here to here. So let me show you that again. I'm going to suck my cheeks in right there. So the farthest up area when you suck your cheeks in. Okay, so you're just going to go like this. Okay, there's my contour line. Now, of course, we're not going to leave it like that because it looks pretty silly. But that is how you know where to go. You don't want to go any further than that area because then it's going to look like dirt, and you don't want that. Okay, and another thing too is you want to be careful. Now, bathroom lighting is completely different than outdoor lighting. So when you're applying this makeup, it's best if you have some sunlight that you can go out and check, because you don't want it to look like you have dirt smeared on your face. Bad, bad, bad. So now that we have our line in place, we are going to blend the heck out of it because we don't want lines on our face. So we're going to take that same brush and just blend, blend, blend. Stretch out your cheeks. You can really work it. Make those funny makeup faces. Okay, so you can see it's starting to look more like a natural shadow than a drawn-on line. And you don't be afraid to blend the bejesus out of this thing. You do not want this thing to look like a line on your face. So you can see, even before I've even done anything else, the difference. Okay? Now, grab a little bit more of your natural skin tone powder, and you're going to buff it out even more. And you may feel like you're taking it right back off again, but really you're not. You're just blending it. See? So I still have my shadow there, but it's very subtle now. See that? Get a little closer so you can see. Okay? So my contouring is still there, but it's just very blended in. And that's the key, is blend, blend, blend. Even if you think you're blending it right back off your face, you're not. It's still there. And you just want to blend. If you want to put a little bit more on, you can. If you do end up over blending it off, and then just make sure you buff it out. Okay, now the key to making and pulling all this look together, because now we have our lighter and our darker, is blush. So I'm using a little bit of our blush, our Younique blush called Seductive, and it's a really pretty color. It looks really deep in the container, but it's actually just a really pretty earthy, deep rose color. So I'm picking up a little bit of that, and I'm going to put it just on the apples of my cheeks. So for our contouring line, we sucked our cheeks in here to find where to end our line. To find the apples of your cheeks, you're going to smile really big, and these things that pop out right here, those are the apples. So you're just going to take your blush and smile pretty and get that blush on that apple of that cheek. So now you can see how it's all starting to come together. We have our contouring line here, we've got our highlighting up here, and then we've got a nice little rosy cheek to go along with it. So you can see the difference. Here's my plain cheek. I did end up putting a touch of blush on that, but you get the idea. So here's my plain cheek, and here is my contoured cheek. So it's subtle, but it still makes a difference. It really gives the illusion of a chiseled cheekbone versus just a flat cheek. It's just flat, nothing there. And over here I actually look like I have definition, like I have a nice cheekbone. Okay, so one last thing, and this is a real quick little thing you can do, is for me, I have a little bit of a big forehead. So I like to contour the top of my forehead just to give the illusion of a slightly less long face. So I'm just going to pick up a little bit more of that Beautiful on my little contouring brush, and I'm just going to lightly start brushing it right here across the top of my hairline. Do you see the difference that it's already starting to make? It's just about creating the illusion of a shadow. So even though there is no shadow on my forehead, we are going to pretend and fake like there is with our contouring. Now, I like to keep this part highlighted like I was telling you before, but a lot of people like to bring this contouring down through the temple, and that is totally fine. If you have a wider face, then you are going to want to do that. Okay, so let me just get, and when you do this up here by your hairline, really blend that into your hairline. You definitely don't want white scalp poking through for everybody to see. Okay, so a nice round shape, and then I'm just going to bring it down a little bit here to blend it. And again, make sure this is a warm color, because if this was a taupey color, it would literally look like I just smeared dirt all over my face. And we don't want that. Okay, so I've got my forehead contouring, and I'm going to go back over that with just a smidge of my powder that is the same color as my face. Again, because we want to blend the heck out of everything. Okay, and I put my hair back. And there we go. I have some nice contouring going on up there. So it makes everything just a little bit more in proportion. And when I face the camera, you can really see kind of that contouring that I did there versus this side that's just kind of flat and bare. I did put a little bit of blush on that cheek accidentally, but you get the idea. Okay, so that is basically what I want you to get started with your first time contouring. Highlighting under the eyes. If you're not sure if you want to take it out to your temples, just do it under your eyes, and feel free to bring it down a little bit lower if you want to. Okay, then the contouring line, where we're going to suck in our cheeks, and we're going to bring it from our ear down, right there. Do not pass that. Don't want to look like we have dirty faces. Contour line here, blush on the apples of our cheeks, and then if you so wish, you can do the contouring on the top there, on the top of your forehead. So that is just a short introduction to highlighting and contouring. I hope that you take these tips and you try them out, make them so much fun, and you can really, play with the light and the dark and really get some really cool effects going. So after you've mastered the few things that I've showed you today, then feel free to check out some of the more advanced videos where we're going to contour the jawline. We're going to work on shaping the chin. We're going to do some nose contouring. We're going to do all kinds of contouring. So go ahead and get started with these little tips that I showed you today. And make sure that your contouring powder is very warm. And feel free to contact me anytime. There's a contact me form at the bottom of my website at www.lashninja.com. You can find me on Facebook, or you can send me an email at thelashninja@gmail.com. And I'd be happy to help you select a color that's good for your skin tone, and I'd be happy to look at a picture and tell you exactly where to place the makeup. So, like I said, play around with it, have fun with it. It's just makeup, and I will talk to you soon, and I look forward to doing some more advanced videos so we can really dig into this whole highlighting and contouring thing. Talk to you soon.